So today we have I think it's a Toro. Let me double check here. I've seen somewhere it said Toro. Anyway, it's the Surfer Pro stand-on mower. Yeah, it's a Hustler, I think is the brand, not a Toro. But anyway, this was brought to me for a no crank, no start. And yes, I work on pretty much anything with a motor. Anyway, started running some basic diagnostics, check the battery, make sure it had juice. Checked the connection points between the positives on the starter relay right here, or the starter switch. Solenoid, sorry, starter solenoid. So this is the power that comes directly from the battery, and then this is the power wire that shoots over and goes to the starter itself. Checked our grounds, which has got one ground there, one ground there. That ground was actually a little loose, but I tightened it, and that was a little loose too, so I tightened that. In this case, the ground on it actually is the chassis ground. You got your ground wire right here, as you can see, and that shoots over and goes down to right there. So we checked that to make sure, there we go. Make sure that that was all nice and tight. Powers and grounds were all looking good. Went up next to, which is right there, the ignition switch. Check for power, check for ground, the continuity when you turn the actual switch and everything. It was working properly. On a side note, there are two fuses, and normally this is like way up inside here, so I had to actually find those. One of the fuses was burnt there, and then there's another fuse inside here. It's an inline fuse. This one was burnt as well. As you can see, that one was burnt, and that one, you might not be able to see it very well. Anyway, you might not be able to see that one very well, but it was burnt. So I replaced those two. Still had issues with it not cranking. Started looking a little bit more. The way that this one specifically runs is you have to have, this little guy has to be down. And then you have your different options, how it works if you have it on slow mode or if you turn it all the way up to fast mode rabbit. It shows you up, or it shows you right here, it goes down. Also, you have your choke right here. One of the things about it is you have to have your parking brake on. If your parking brake's not on like that, it won't start. But it's funny, and this is something that I missed up until I started actually looking at stuff a little bit better. You look right there. You will see, as I turn the parking brake on, you see that? It engages. It's simply a parking brake switch. It's an on-off switch. That's all it is. Literally continuity. That's it. 2-wire continuity. That switch right here was actually cocked to the side. So when this would go up, it would literally just push this over. It wouldn't actually go up like it's supposed to. So I loosened the two 8mm bolts right there. I turned it straight, tighten it back down, and now it goes in correct. So when you go to turn it, see, it doesn't start when you have that up. Push it down, push the choke up. This was brought to me for one simple little thing, which is that parking brake right there. Literally. I'll go through this and I'll show you again. So now if this parking brake is not engaged, let's say it's just like that, and you go to try to crank it, see? Nothing. The moment you engage this parking brake, it starts, or it cranks. And it's just got this whole whirlwind of things that you're supposed to do. As you can see. But if anybody else is out there trying to figure out why their Hustler Surfer Pro is not working or is not cranking, make sure to check that little guy right there. That stupid little sucker right there. Those two bolts were loose, and that was pushed backwards that way. That was all it was. So it wasn't engaging the parking brake, or the signal wasn't connecting each other. The two wires were not connecting. So hopefully that helps somebody out.